Hey guys, it's Jen at Winesterr again. So this is my second practice tasting using the deductive tasting format from Court of Master Sommeliers. Tonight I'm going to be tasting a Oregon Pinot Noir. Oops, sorry, it's moving around a little bit. I was actually supposed to be saving this for doing a comparison tasting, but then basically I didn't feel like driving to the wine store, and so I drank it now. Um, I'm actually looking at getting a Coravin at some point, maybe next year, so that I can start doing blind tastings and actually just doing a little out of the bottle instead of, opening, 5, 20+ dollar bottles to practice tasting and then having to either do it with other people or glug them all down. So the baby is still awake. Hopefully she's quiet. She's supposed to be sleeping, but it's been kind of a stressful day, so if I waited any longer, this bottle is going to be gone, and I did want to practice going through this, even though I've already been drinking it. So the actual tasting notes on this may be a little bit different because it's been open for 2 days, but I haven't actually gone through and analyzed it. I've just been enjoying it. And as you know, usually you look at a wine a little bit differently when you're examining it analytically. So, and then the other thing I'm going to do when I get done with this, more as for practice for me, to sort of help myself align more or less the standardized tasting notes, is I'm going to look up the winemakers or the producer tasting notes and see how they compare against mine, because I really am quite terrible at labeling these. So I figure that might be another way when I'm doing tasting solo to kind of help myself come up with like more standardized tasting notes. I haven't, let's see. So I'm going to go through this like we did the last time. All right, so I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to look at my wine. So clear, bright, I'd say medium. Oh, this is a terrible copy. No particulates. Let's see. Should be red. Let's see. Got ruby. There definitely is rim something. I don't know, my copy cut off the terminology. Rim variation. Oh, this one's cut off too. Apparently I didn't copy the master that actually has it. This does have rim variation. That's pretty dumb, right? I'm trying to practice the deductive tasting from it. I can't remember all of the categories. This does have some slight rim variation. Okay, so this is a red wine, so we're going to swirl it to see if there's staining and tears. This glass is dirty too. There is some very slight staining, and I'd say medium tears. Oh, you know what? I also forgot to time this. I guess from when I start talking, it'll be more or less. Yeah, I'm not really focused. Can you tell? It's been kind of a hectic day. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna sniff this. Stick my nose right in there. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna be looking for is fruit. So just to kind of like, so this is kind of like my strategy. My goal is to try and get like a method where I do 2 sniffs. So one for fruit and then one for non-fruit smells. Although oddly enough, when I smell, I normally tend to notice oak right off the bat. Like for me, that's like the most prevalent type of smells. Oak and malolactic fermentation smells, which kind of usually throws me off. So maybe I should try that first. Like no, but then that doesn't really go in order. I don't know. So anyway, let's try it. I'm gonna try it for a while and see if I can do fruit first and then ignore the other ones. Oh, I've had a cold too. I was thinking about doing a tasting. How to taste / smell with a cold. but then I didn't. So I don't know if my smell is still somewhat impaired. Yeah, there's really, I'd say fairly delicate bouquet, youthful. Um, I don't smell anything except for the alcohol. So that's good. I'd say fresh. Some sort of berry. Other than that. That's why we're practicing, right? Um, all right. Probably should have done this on the first day I opened this bottle. All right, we'll call that a wash. So, on to the tasting. Okay, I think I said this the last time, or maybe I didn't, but essentially, the aroma portion is going to be where you detect the most, and then tasting is actually just supposed to verify what you smell. So, like if I'm getting berry smells with other smells which indicate oak, etc., you should then verify those when you taste. Although they didn't really go into what happens if when you taste it's completely contradictory. And also, tasting may give you more of an idea of a structure and body, acid, alcohol, that sort of thing. Well, I got some nice spice. This definitely tastes differently than the first day I tasted this. So, this is actually this has held up pretty well over the 3 days. Like sometimes when you open some red wines, after 2 days of them being uncorked, they're just gone. The oxidation is just, like there's just one really good Garnacha. Um, and I drank it after second day and I was just like, this is the same wine. The third day, it was basically like drinking vinegar. Okay, that's right, I'm going out of order again. So, I would say this is dry for sure. I'd say, I mean, maybe my gut's saying medium acid, maybe medium minus. Um, Again, this isn't really a blind tasting, so you know Pinots are typically not a high acid. Um, I don't know. I'd say medium minus for tannin. I mean, it's smooth, but there's still a little, I'd say, bite to it. Alcohol. I'm failing in my doing this of two swishes. It's like a medium plus. Part of that's because, well, I can actually just look and I can tell you. Maybe 13.5%. Yeah. So it's 13.5%. It's relatively light body. It's almost got a creamy texture. Like even the spiciness is kind of creamy. Um, yeah, I can't taste anything. I definitely should have done this earlier. I was just feeling very informative, and I'm like, I can't smell anything, I can't taste anything. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, this is hard because this is actually the length on this has shortened since I opened it. It was like a medium, I'd say it was like a medium length, moderate complexity the first time I, um, now the interesting thing, I remember distinctly when the first day I drank this isn't getting this now, the texture and the smell reminded me of Flintstones vitamins. It was like this chalky. So I definitely remember that, even though I'm not getting that now at all. Which was interesting, like how much this has changed from the first day that I opened it. Like now it's just kind of like blah. Like I mean it's not bad. It's just it's lost all of its complexity. And its bouquet for sure. So future note, if you're planning on doing video recordings of tastings, don't wait until the third day after you open the bottle. There's spice. But I also remember I got sort of like some grapey, like purple grapey on the Pinot. At least that's what it smelled to me. So what I'm going to do is actually look this up and see what the production notes say. Cloudline. Also might be interesting to see what other people say about this. Pinot Noir 2015. Oh, here's Cellar Tracker. Where are you, Cloudwine? Where's Cloudwine? Cloudline. Cloudline Winery. Apparently there's Cloudline Apparel. Cloudline Cellars. This is their distributor. Oh man. They don't have their own website? Alright. Apparently I can't find it. Oh no. Okay. Okay, no, I did have the right. Owned by Dreyfus, Ashby and Company. And the winemaker is a consulting winemaker, Veronique Drouin Boss. I'm sure I just butchered the pronunciation of that. Alright. Well, wow, that's interesting. Illinois is selling the same Pinot for $13. That's interesting. Ryan's is actually priced high. Yes, it cost me $20, but it looks like it's somewhere around 16 or 17. I thought it was interesting though. I didn't think it was overpriced at 20. Can you give me... This is... Alright, let me go to wine. I would say I haven't really found any good tasting notes. This one's... It's interesting watching me surf the web. Cloudline Cellars. Okay, here we go. Okay, so according to the winemaker, on the nose, the earth and fruit clearly say Oregon. Nicely structured with good complexity. I agree. Has deep, dark berry fruits, blue fruits, and cola. Ooh, yes, that was another one that I remember was the cola. Now that they said that, I do remember actually distinctly in my mind saying cola. I might have actually taken those notes in my phone because sometimes I do take notes. Let me see if I did take notes or if I just was like, oh, mental note cola, which now I obviously forgot. Did I? No. No, I didn't. Worst wine drinker ever. So yes, I concur with the cola. That's good. That makes me feel better though. And the fruits are sort of vague. Which, yeah, I could have said that. Okay. Oh. So, yeah, I guess that's my tasting practice for tonight. Although, I am very excited to say that I got a very interesting Gamay Noir. There's very few in the people in the Finger Lakes that are producing Gamay Noir 2016 that I'm going to drink with Kate. She's on social media as well, and she has a blog. She does all Finger Lakes stuff, and we're going to be trying that Wednesday. I picked it up from Ryan's, which is a local, awesome, amazing wine and liquor store in Canandaigua. And the name of the winery is Terracin. And haha, more Cornell alumni. So I'm actually really, and this is made in the Beaujolais style. So I'm super excited to try this, and maybe I can convince Kate that we can do like a video or something when she's over here. Otherwise, I'll try and take some notes and maybe do a video later with it after she leaves. And then I also was very adventurous in order to stick to my normal wine budget, and I got a $6 bottle of Campo de Borja and 75% Grenache, 25% Tempranillo. So that could either be a very good or very bad decision, and I will definitely be opening that one up as well. Whether or not I do a video on the tasting, I don't know. Depends if I open it tonight or not. It's been a very stressful day. Can you tell I have like mascara under my eyes and I look like I've been beaten over the head with a club? Yes, toddlers are stressful. Anyway, that is the end of today's Winesterr practice tasting video. Oh, and the other thing I want to say that I'm going to be doing that I started working on is on Instagram. So I haven't really liked the stuff I've been putting out mostly. I think it's kind of like bleh. I don't like the Winesterr tips I've been doing either. They're sort of like cliche and cutesy, which isn't really me. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to start taking the wines that I'm drinking and posting more information about them. And I'd also like to actually break down the labels like on a separate slide and possibly also do a third slide with like a map location, especially when you get to like the more obscure locations and breakdowns of AVAs and DOCs and stuff. Because I think I'm a visual learner, so it'd be cool to do that. And plus, teaching people, you learn it the best. So if that's something that you think would be cool, I'm going to be doing that, so you can check that out on Instagram. I don't know, I'll keep trying stuff on Instagram to see kind of what fits. And I'm still working on my tasting blog entry. I keep coming up with more questions and answers. But on an exciting note, the Wine Bloggers Conference, they did announce that their location for and dates for 2018. It's going to be in Walla Walla, Washington again in October. Yay! And I am making the commitment. Now I'm doing this online now, and I'm also doing it on the blog. I'm going to be going. I'm going to be booking it. And I'm going to be Ubering until I can afford the hotel fees and stuff and the registration fees. Registration is actually relatively inexpensive, but the hotel fees and the airfares where it tends to get a little pricey. But it's so cool. You'll meet so many people and get to try so many wines and listen to so many cool people talk. And I think it'd be a really cool opportunity. So I'm going to get off now. It actually does sound like the baby fell asleep. Yeah. Good night, all. This is the end of Jen/Winester's second deductive tasting practice method. It was an absolute success. Hopefully you learned something about what to do or what not to do. Yeah. Good night.